I've been dedicated for this to take control of my phone addiction for almost 8 years, and even I had to do some challenges once in a while to take back my focus and make sure that I go to some extreme lengths to develop my mind and be able to stay long times without my phone. So then I do a more extreme dopamine detox. That's why I'm going to go into the forest now for 5 days. I'm gonna walk from one point to another. It's around 60 kilometers. I'm gonna do it with my father. I'm gonna leave my phone at home. So I will have completely been shutting myself off from the world around me. So that will be really interesting to see what happens in my mind when I'm not able to connect to the outside world and just be where I am in nature with myself and with my father. So then we have to use each other for entertainment. I will also bring a book because I think reading is very important to concentrate and focus my mind. So I'm going to use that as a tool on this journey to strengthen my focus. Okay, this is day one. We've been walking for maybe 1.5 hours. I have no phone, just with my mind and talking with my father. And we're gonna go for half an hour more and then we're gonna find a place to camp. So let's go. Yesterday we walked for a couple of hours and then we set up our tent next to this cabin that we found. And we walked and then we made dinner. We drank from the river after boiling it. And then we talked and we felt kind of bored after a while. Usually in the evening my father watches like a TV series or something like that. And I sometimes do too. And it kind of felt like it was early when the sun went down because then we had nothing more to do. I could read a little bit, but we just kind of talked in a tent and then we went to sleep. So it was a long night, but now we have woken up today and I think it's a little bit strange now to wake up and have no technological devices at all except for this camera to be with. And I can feel my mind kind of craving that instant rapid what could you say, feedback that technology has. So I've been walking around the trees for maybe an hour, just looking at the trees, seeing some nice bugs and stuff. And then we're packing up the camp and then we're leaving to the next campsite for the next night. And what's going to be interesting is to see how my mind will start to create things by itself to make it entertained, and how much I will crave to, be creative with this filming or reading or writing or something like that. But it's really nice and quiet to be out in the forest down by a river and just being on an adventure. Okay, it's day 2. We have set up our camp. This is our surroundings right now. So we've been walking for many hours today and I've not used my phone for 2 days. And it feels good actually. And walking is a very good way of clearing and resting our mind, because when you walk you get to process a lot of memories, a lot of things you've learned, a lot of information without you having to think too much about it, because you just walk in and it's step by step you're kind of processing all of that. So it's been a good day of processing, of evaluating, just walking. so far the challenge is pretty nice to be out without my phone at all. I can of course feel some kind of urges, but it's not too bad. And when you have these surroundings, tomorrow I'll see you. It's day 3. My father's foot is kind of starting to hurt, so we'll see how we'll handle that tomorrow. Hey there, we are actually on day 4 right now. Yesterday we had to stay here at this place for the whole day because my father's knee got fucked up. So we had to rest. He had to take some painkillers and stuff so we could recharge, so we can walk 11 kilometers today until our next target. I've been without the phone now for 4 days, 3.5 you could say. And yeah, I'm feeling kind of a little bit feeling the urges right now. I want to have something to distract myself with. We've been sitting around this campfire. Yesterday was a quiet day. We did nothing. I kind of fished a little bit. I went out into the woods, looked for different ant hills and stuff. I ate. I sat there. I made a fire. And you know, it's not too much to do in this wilderness, especially when we are stuck in one place like this. So it was interesting to see the urges. I'm not been in contact with my family, with my girlfriend, with my friends. And I usually communicate through my phone and have my phone in my pocket. But now I can't even Google the things that I think about or that I want answers to. So that's really interesting. Tonight I dreamt a lot using my phone. So we have 2 more days to go. So it'd be interesting to see if those urges increase or decrease. And I also feel a lot slower out here. Everything is so slow. And that feels nice. It's like kind of boring, but kind of nice as well. It's day 5. Yesterday was a rough day. We had a lot of terrain up and down. We walked for like 13 kilometers, but you know, when it's up and down, it's a lot longer. And we decided today to go all the way back home. So that's 14 kilometers. We have some road right now. We'll probably go out into the wilderness soon. And I'm really feeling the urges of using my phone. I've not been in contact with anyone except my father for 5 days now, and I can feel the urges. So it will be nice to get back home, but it has been a really clearing experience. We have some more to walk, and we will clear our minds for the last couple of hours until we reach civilization again. Let's go. So now it's approximately 3 hours left to go. What's my reflections from these 5 days out in the woods? And I would have to say that being without my phone for this long is probably, it's been a long time since I've done it. The last time I was at the Vipassana meditation retreat for 10 days without talking, and that's many years ago. So being without your phone for this long, it gives a lot of clarity and space in your mind. Everything slows down. I have not read news. I have not sent messages. I have not scrolled on anything. I have not watched YouTube. So for me, the clarity comes from realizing that the environment around me is there all the time. It's fresh and new. It looks nice. It smells nice. And of course, one thing I really have to point out is that walking like this without your phone gives food a much stronger and better taste. And I've been enjoying this little food I've had on this journey just by sitting there and tasting the food instead of like watching something. I've had no podcasts, no audiobooks, so it's just been me and my mind. And actually, strange as that sounds, I actually feel more energized now that I'm walking home. Maybe it's because of the euphoria, knowing that I will sleep in a bed tonight, but just walking home, I feel more energized than when I left. And that's pretty interesting. I will see tomorrow if that will be the case as well. So if you're out there, you have watched this far into the video, thank you for being with me on my journey. If you want to do this yourself, start slow. You know, use the environment you have around you. I don't know where you live in the world, but there has to be some way to challenge yourself without the phone. I brought my father this time because it frankly makes it easier, but I'm going to do this also completely alone, not too far into the future, because that's really a hard challenge. I'm not someone who wants us to banish technology forever and not use it, but I want to have control over it. And doing something like this makes me notice and feel how I am without my mobile device, and also gives me a reset that when I come back home, maybe I'm a little bit more conscious and aware of how I'm using my phone and my devices. Thank you. I'm Francis Drake. I'm going to go back to making regular videos. See you in another one. Goodbye.